Okay, if you check the storage of your Mac and you find that system data is taking up a lot of space. So in my example, my system data is taking up 239 gigabytes. Here's how you reduce your system data and also find out exactly what's taking up space on your Mac. So the first thing you're going to do is open Finder. And now I want you to go over here to the Finder options, tap settings, and make sure your user on your Mac is selected. So my user is called Tunde, so that's selected. And now you tap on it on the left. Now what this is basically every single thing on your computer, basically. And now you want to be able to see the sizes of every single document and folder on your computer. So to get this size to show up, you just right click, tap show view options, and then make sure you select calculate all sizes. So once you tap that, you'll see the sizes will start being calculated. It might take a while if this is the first time you're doing it, but this is a very important step. Perfect. Okay, so now what is system data? System data is basically everything in this library folder. And the library folder is basically where applications store their data. So for example, I code a lot, so Xcode stores a lot of data here, like in this developer right here. If you're using other apps, they also store their data in here. iMessage, Claude, you name it, they all store the data in here. Some apps are really good at deleting the data when they finish using it or if you uninstall it, but some apps are really bad at it. So you basically have to go in here and clear it yourself. The first thing you want to clear, the easiest thing to clear is if you go in this cache, you can essentially just delete everything in this cache folder because this is basically safe things that are safe to delete from your computer. There's also logs too. If you delete logs, my logs is basically very empty right now because I've already done this myself. But if your logs is probably going to be a few gigabytes, you can just delete this right away and you get back a few gigabytes. Another thing you could do is basically you can go through this. So for example, I have application support is taken up how much was that? 72 gigabytes. You can go into this and actually see specific things. So for example, I can see Discord is taking up 1.49 gigabytes. So if you're not using Discord anymore, you could just delete this. Claude is taking up 25 gigabytes. Again, you could just delete this if you're not using any of these anymore. So another thing you could do is just quickly go through this and make sure there's nothing here that is taking up space that you're not using. But one thing to be really careful about is if you delete something in here, you're not sure what it is, it might end up actually ruining your computer and stopping it from working. So what you want to do is basically before you delete something. So for example, if I go in here and see what's taking up space in Claude, I can see the cache is taking up space and there's something called VM bundle. You can essentially right click and then hold on to option and then you copy the path name. And what you can do is you can open Claude and say, what is this on my computer? Is it safe to delete? So you can do this for all the files that you see in there that you're not sure what it is, but it's taking up a lot of space and you basically delete it. But if you don't want to do this and if you don't really trust AI, you're not going to prompt it properly. So for example, yeah, Claude just said I should not delete it. Another thing you can do is basically use certain applications for this. My preferred application is FreeUpMyMac because there are other alternatives, but they charge monthly fees. But FreeUpMyMac charges just a one-time fee to use it. So the cool thing about this is it shows you all the system junk. So these are everything in that cache folder and the logs and more. So you can actually just tap this and it will delete everything in there. But what you could also do is, so for example, you can go into the user library in here. And if you see anything you don't understand, so for example, this is taking up 59 gigabytes. You can actually just tap on this, tap analyze, and basically the app looks at that entire folder and tells you what it is and if it's safe to delete and what it does. So this is my preferred method, but you can also just do it manually yourself if you're not willing to spend $30 one time on it. So this is exactly what it is. It says Docker desktop container. Docker may recreate a clean VM, but your Docker data will be lost. So if this is something that you don't care about, because it's saying that it's review, it's not that important, you could just delete it right here. So this is what I prefer to do, because you could just go through your downloads, desktop, documents. But yeah, if you're not willing to pay, then just copy everything and send it to Claude and pray that it doesn't give you any messed up information. But yeah, I hope that helps, and I hope that helps you get back some of your storage. I need to do this on my Mac right now. As you can see, I have I've used up 921 gigabytes. But yeah, subscribe to this channel if you want to get more Mac tip videos on how to make sure your Mac remains clean and fast.